Well, here we are, exactly the same spot I was exactly a year ago, March 25th, 2008. And here I am again, but 1 year older. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did 1 year ago, and I'm going to read from this Changed Live USA Testimonies. It's a booklet put out by the Gideons, and it's a testimony of someone who submitted a testimony to the Gideon organization. And I'm going to read this for you now. It's called The Veil Was Taken Away. I grew up in a traditional Jewish family in an immigrant neighborhood in the Bronx. My first contact with the name Jesus wasn't a very positive thing. We were often called Christ killers. While I was growing up, occasionally we were attacked by kids in the neighborhood. As a child, I strongly believed in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Every night before going to bed, I would get down on my knees and look at the expanse in the sky, wanting to know the Creator and the God Moses had known. But by the time I was a teenager, my faith seemed to fade away and I became an agnostic. When I graduated from high school, I had no personal identity, no goals, no meaning or purpose in my life. I made a decision to become a psychologist and pursued my bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in clinical psychology. However, that old gnawing emptiness inside of me kept coming back. I started a private practice in Colorado that was very successful financially, but periodic bouts of depression, fear, and anxiety kept plaguing me. I underwent 7 years of counseling. I could tell my own patients how and why they got to be the way they were, but I could offer nothing to get them out of it. Neither could I offer myself anything. Suddenly, everything started to go wrong. My practice began to fade, and the old depression came back. So I took my wife and family to Las Vegas, figuring a 4-day stay there, seeing some shows and gambling was just what I needed. I felt real lucky in the first night, but within a couple of hours I had almost lost, I had lost everything that I'd brought with me. I had 3 more days in Las Vegas with no money to gamble, so I began to look around for something to occupy my mind. I noticed a Bible in the nightstand next to my bed and decided to read it. For the first time in my life, I read the New Testament. Even though I read it as a novel, it began to open my mind. We went back home and I took the Gideon Bible with me. I wanted to find out who this Jesus was. Was he the Jewish Messiah? No one had any questions or answers for me, but God seemed as far away as he could be. I began to lose hope that there was any kind of God. My depression became so heavy that one night, while my wife and child slept upstairs, I determined to take my own life. I would go to the garage, start the engine, and go to sleep, leaving my family an insurance policy to provide for them. I called out to God that now had to be the time that he would reveal himself to me. I picked up the Gideon Bible and fell open at Isaiah 53. Something happened that night. The veil which had kept me from understanding suddenly came off. It was like I had been blind, but now I could see. I had a revelation that Jesus was indeed the Jewish Messiah. He had loved me with all his heart unconditionally, and I had missed it for many years. I got down on my knees and accepted him as my Messiah. My wife and child came down and wanted to know what was going on. I said that the strangest thing had just happened to me. I had just accepted Jesus Christ. And yet, I felt more Jewish than I ever had in my life. My wife got down on her knees with me and my little boy, and we all accepted Jesus Christ that night. I've been serving him ever since in my practice, doing biblical counseling. I thank you, Gideons, for making sure there was a Bible in my hotel room that night in Las Vegas. Dr. Joel Ehrlich, Fort Collins, Colorado. What a great testimony that is. And I think as I made available in my video last year, I will once again here make available to you, as I have in many of my other videos, a New Testament that all you got to do is message me on the YouTube messaging system and I'll be glad to send you one. Probably a lot of people wonder why I'm always putting them up close. to the camera like that in all my videos. Well, it's because I'm hoping that there'll be a really cool thumbnail that comes along, but usually they never time out right. So anyways, probably happen this time too. But thanks for watching. Keep your eye on my channel for more Gideon testimonies that I'll be passing along to you, Lord willing, in the next few days. I hope my kitty wants to go in the house here. What's your trouble, Gigi? I tell me dumb cats always got to talk on my videos. Gigi! Gigi Ouija! Just to make a fool out of me, that's the deal here. Doesn't take much, huh, does it, Gigi? Gigi!